Hi, my name's Amy and I'm going to sing A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. When dawn came stealing up, all gold and blue, to interrupt our rendezvous, I still remember how you smiled and said, was that a dream, or was it true? Our homeward step was just as light as the tap dancing feet of a stair, and like an echo far away, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I know 'cause I was there that night in Berkeley Square. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Hi, my name's Leo. My hobby's football. The thing is, what makes me love football is, it ain't about rivalry. It's not about winning. It's about coming together every Saturday and being a community, whoever you support. Me and my granddad, we've had a season ticket down Forest for like 4 years now. And it's bringing us closer together. And I'm starting to know people down there. And they always say hi. It's like we're one big family. Football, back in the day, my older relatives have told me, it used to be more passionate. It didn't used to be about the money, the fame. It used to be about going out there and putting a good performance in for your club. But now it's just ruined because money has took over the game. There's players going for 200 million. It used to be more passionate, which was better, because players actually wanted to perform for their club. But now they just want to go out there and earn their wages. But this year, on a brighter note, it's the 65th anniversary of when England won their first ever World Cup, and their only World Cup to this date. And back then I've heard so many stories how good Bobby Charlton was, how good everyone was. It was amazing. Peter Shilton, who used to play for my club Forest. I just wish I was there to see it. It's not the same hearing all these stories, watching clips on YouTube. It must have been a really good time to support your club and country. But hopefully soon, England have got loads of good young potential and be able to bring the fame back to England. But that summer of 66 brought everybody closer. Everybody was happy. But when we got knocked out of the World Cup in 2 years back, there was fighting. In London, there was loads of people smashing up cars and stuff. Even though we lose, that ain't a way to live. But football, it'll always have a place in my heart and a lot of people across this country. Football is a brilliant sport, and I just want people to know that football is always not about rivalry, it's about coming together as a community.
Hello, I'm Uma and I'm going to be reading Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare, which is called Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperature. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's least hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines. By chance all nature's changing course untrimmed by thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when eternal lines to time thou growest, so long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this life gives to thee. Thank you for listening.
I found a love for me, darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. We were just
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared I might injure my brain, but now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and you have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason for that? In my youth, said the sage, as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling the box. Allow me to sell you a couple. You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it? In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife, and the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life. You are old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you down the stairs. That is not quite said right, said the caterpillar. Not quite right, I'm afraid, said Alice timidly. Some of the words have got altered.